Hi, everyone. It is Monday morning at 9 o'clock. You are watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus, and happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to you, a day where many kids and federal employees have off to celebrate, mark this day of service, and hopefully remember the great civil rights leader. Let's start you out with weather, shall we? Because it's cold, it is frosty. I saw a lot of white. The grass looked white, you know.
Frosted over.
Frosted over. Takes like a little slushy.
My
on the
car
lawn.
was completely frozen over. Of course, I go to work like super early in the morning.
yeah.
How was your car when you were heading in this
Well,
morning?
thank goodness it's in the garage.
Okay.
But
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, it really does. Because
Yeah.
then the other car is in the driveway and
I
it's
was
frosty.
frozen,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Greg's was not, and I was like, we should have swapped.
Oh,
He didn't have
yeah.
anywhere to go today. I have
True.
somewhere to go today.
Yeah.
we should have
True.
swapped.
And especially when you're in a rush and you're like heading out the door, you're like, what? My
Right.
car's
What? My
frozen
car's
over? What in the
Yeah.
world?
Can't punch it. Don't punch the
No,
car,
yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
so
Sit there.
you gotta sit and wait.
It's like
sit there in the
freezing.
cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we survived,
we did. And at
so
least
will
it's
you.
beautiful now.
and it's beautiful now. The sun
Slowly
is out.
warming up.
Yes.
So let's get to it. I want to start with a couple of our camera shots. I've loved looking and seeing what's going on across the Carolinas. It's been beautiful there in Boone, Blowing Rock. I've seen a lot of frosted cars driving by. But look at all the people already up early this morning out at Beach Mountain, all the skiers and snowboarders geared up, ready for a good day up in the mountains with lots of snowfall on the way. So, of course, we're starting a new week. We want to focus on, of course, the frosty start to the day, sunny skies, though. And then we are watching what is next, and we are potentially looking at a weekend storm system that could bring some big-time winter impacts. We're going to first focus on the cold temperatures, and then we'll talk about potentially a little snow. So these are our low temperatures this morning. 25 here in Charlotte, 19 up in Boone and Jefferson, about 18 degrees there in Blowing Rock. By this point, we're slowly starting to warm up with temperatures mainly into the 20s, but once you add in a little wind up there in the mountains, it is cold, feeling like you're in the single digits. So if you're somebody who likes to wake up, you like to go outside, get some morning sunlight, some fresh air, definitely keep those layers handy. Now, comparing the last couple of days, I mean, we had a pretty nice weekend. Yesterday, 50 degrees is where we topped off. It cleared out really nicely late in the day yesterday. But today, 48 degrees is where we're topping off. So a bit cooler as we're heading into our Monday. However, lots of sunshine, which will be nice. It's always nice to start the new week with sunny skies on the way. Sunny skies this morning. I suspect that we're going to be holding on to that even into the afternoon, and clear skies will settle in even throughout the overnight hours. National Weather Service still has cold weather alerts in place. This will be for tonight until Tuesday morning. So Ashe, Watauga, Avery counties, we're really keeping a close eye on you. That's where we are expecting those wind chills overnight and into Tuesday to drop down to 10 below zero. So again, dangerously cold temperatures, feel like temperatures, what it will actually feel like on your skin as you're heading out the door tomorrow. So with that being said, always just limit exposed skin. If you work outside in the elements, you're not going to want to, have a lot of exposed skin out there. Tomorrow's going to be one of those days where you need the heavy winter coat, the gloves, the hat, the scarves, and of course tomorrow the kids will be heading back to school. So a chilly bust out forecast. Good reminder for tonight is that you might want to have your faucet dripping throughout the overnight hours so you don't have those frozen pipes, especially if you live in an older house. Temperatures will be dropping back down into the 20s and we'll be locked in there for several hours in a row. So I would plan to do that and expect a frosty start to the day tomorrow as well. Mountains, let's take you up into the mountains. This is going to be for tomorrow, so what it's actually going to feel like heading out the door. Sub-zero feel like temperatures. So again, we could get as low as -10, but most of us will be around -4, -5 early in the morning. So another just dangerously cold start to the day, but again, the silver lining is the next few days it is going to be beautiful with a lot of sunshine. Little deceiving though, because then once you step outside it does not feel great whatsoever. Futurecast, this is going to be Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Most of us feeling like we're still below freezing, and then just dangerously cold, bitterly cold up in the mountain location. So be ready for that. A big reason for that is because of the wind. So when we talk about our feel like temperatures, we have the combination of cold air, and then you add the wind on top of it, and then this is what it will feel like. So heading into tonight, still in the mountains, those feel like temperatures are going to significantly drop. And look at those winds. I mean, the winds will be moving in from the northwest, gusting up to around 35 miles an hour. So that's truly the reasoning for it. Even waking up and heading out the door on Tuesday, those winds in and around Charlotte, really not too bad, pretty calm overall. But once we're looking up at the mountains, still holding on to breezy conditions. So with that being said, I think in the mountains, probably not seeing a lot of frost because of the wind. Here in Charlotte, though, probably a little frosty. However, I would be surprised if it's as thick as the frost is as thick as what we saw this morning. Now, let's talk about this weekend because, of course, over this last weekend, we were watching that storm system that brought in some wintry mix for some of our areas here, and then, of course, even some snow across the south. But now we're gearing up for another storm system. So let's just go over the details as to what we know now. Possible winter storm system moving in this weekend. Potential widespread ice and snow. Right now, of course, you guys know how it goes. It's too early to be telling you those specifics as to how much snow or ice that we could get, and especially we don't know the exact timing of it. So it's going to be one of those forecasts where you got to check in with us every day, because each day we learn more and more about these storm systems as they're developing and as they're getting closer. So 5 to 7 days out, that's where we are right now. So So trends right now, are they going up or are they going down? This is kind of our verbiage and how we walk you through these storm systems. Right now, it seems like 5 to 7 days out, things are actually going up when it comes to this winter weather storm system. Now, as we progress throughout our week, we're going to start out with just those chilly conditions, sunny skies. And then Futurecast, this is long range, so of course it doesn't give you the best idea specifics because that's just not how it works. It's too far out. But it does give you a pretty good overall perspective as to what's coming. Friday, we're starting to see some moisture move back into the area. By that point, it looks like it's just rain. But notice on Saturday, that's when our models are starting to indicate that this could be more than just rain. Potentially a rain-snow mix. That's what that pink is indicating, that wintry mix, even some sleet, some ice, and yes, some snow mixed in with that as well. And then notice just to the north of us, the blue, that's indicating just that widespread snow. So that's showing at 10 o'clock on Saturday. And then notice as we progress throughout the late evening hours and into Sunday, we're starting to tap into some of that blue. So potentially seeing a transition from that wintry mix into some possible snowfall. And I will say what we're already seeing this week looks much more impressive than what we were seeing last weekend. Last weekend it was yes, very I mean, there was a lot of different factors with that too, but I mean, it never looked like this where it was going to be so widespread. So we're already several days out, so this is giving us some good indication. Then here's Sunday at 9 o'clock. So this could be ongoing for hours where we have all the ingredients in place. The cold air, for sure. We're going to see that big dip in our jet stream, allowing all that cold northerly air to settle in, but then also the moisture. So now it's a matter of, is it going to continue as we get closer and closer? Are the models going to hold together? And will there be enough moisture to actually make it to the ground all the way through? So right now we're just about 5 to 7 days out, just letting you know, giving you a heads up that this is what we're looking at right now. Quiet start to the week, but preparing you potentially for a winter snowstorm across the south. Right now, models are showing two different things, like they typically do. One scenario is saying ice is more likely, which is the worst. Nobody likes ice at all. Second scenario is showing that snow is actually more likely. So this is just an important thing to look at. Of course, we always come in early in the morning and we're always looking at models to see the agreement. Are all of them agreeing on the same thing? Do they have similar timing? Are they, estimating a similar precipitation that's going to be coming down? Or what are we actually saying? And of course, right now, not exactly the same, but we know that there will be cold air in place and that there will be moisture in place. Here's the Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. So a few things to point out here. 48 degrees for our high temperature today. It is going to be beautiful, slightly below our average high, though. We should be about 52 degrees. 23 degrees overnight tonight, so another chilly one, another frosty start to our Tuesday. Tomorrow's going to get even a couple of degrees cooler, high of only 46. Then heading into Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures start to climb just a bit more. I think Thursday's going to be really a nice day when it comes to the warmer conditions, almost 60 degrees there on Thursday. So notice we're dry throughout the majority of our new work week. It's not until this upcoming weekend that this is going to be a tricky weather pattern again. Friday right now, it looks like lower 50s, cloudy skies, and just your normal rain. But then it starts to transition sometime between Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon to that wintry mix of rain, snow, sleet, all the things. But we're just curious, how far south will it actually start to snow? Again, I just showed you in our models. Seems like we could get some snow heading into Saturday and Sunday. And comparing the two again, I mean, last weekend's storm system, it did bring some impacts across the south, not necessarily here in Charlotte. Some people in our viewing area got a few snow flurries, but the overall impacts, we were confident that we're going to be none to zero, and this one, it already seems like it's going to be a bit different.
More than none to zero.
Yeah. That's
Nothing like this, though, Michigan.
Let's see. Oh my, look at that.
Look at the flags blowing. They got snow in their parking lot.
That looks like a bad time.
Satellite. Oh.
That is like zero visibility too. Yeah. You can see it's like blizzard-like almost with the wind, the snow. Yeah.
Traverse City?
Traverse City?
Traverse City?
Traverse is the car.
Traverse is the car.
So then the other one is Traverse. Yeah.
We're not Michigan. We're not from
Michigonites.
so we don't know. But this is.
But this is what they're dealing with over there.
Brr, that just looks cold.
All right, so we'll take the 20s,
yeah.
40s sunshine
Yeah.
while we can.
Definitely.
All right, well, that's a start to the Monday.
I think so. We'll ease everyone into things.
Yeah.
Get you ready. Sunny skies, everything will be fine. I do think the drip on your faucet is important because sometimes people just forget, especially in old houses. I lived in an
Right.
old house and we forgot to drip our faucets growing up and it got really cold, but our pipes busted.
Oh, they did.
Like 2 different times and it just like flooded our house. So then we had to go, like stay in a hotel for a while. And I was young. I was like, this is great. I felt like I was living off
On
of like the
vacation.
Sweet Life of Zach
Yeah.
and Cody
You're like,
where they
vacation.
lived in the hotel,
Yes.
remember? I was like, oh, this is great. I get a pool. I get
Yeah.
breakfast. You don't really want that to
No, you
happen.
don't.
No,
No, my mom's like, this is not great.
Yeah, we're paying for all of this.
Yes, this is awful.
Yeah. All right. Majestic Storm, thank you for that. We're going
Thank
to
you.
ease in through this week.
Absolutely.
And a happy Monday to everybody. It is Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. If you have the day off, thank you for joining us here this morning on Live Impact News. We'll be right back on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Hi, everyone. At 9:15 here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus, we have the first of many live events taking place around the Queen City to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This is happening right now. It's an interfaith prayer breakfast in Rock Hill. Let's go ahead and listen in to First Baptist Church celebration commemoration here on Live Impact News.
It's her body. Now, we passed the ban in 23, but now this is to criminalize it. Anybody who helps, 10 years. 10 years. And if you don't open your mouth, just like 23, it will be passed and you'll still be humming on the corner. No. If you don't open up your mouth and say to the Capitol, none of this is what we, the people, are interested. I mean, you want Greenland? Did you think we ought to be buying Greenland? And who authorized the mightiest nation on the planet that we could just go and see some little motorboats in the waters of Venezuela, which is 1,000. The closest one was 1,075 miles, headed in the opposite direction. But to take their lives, talking about bringing drugs, I'm confused. In a motorboat? No. Open up your mouth, because if you, the people, don't understand that you are the power, that's what the Constitution means to this country. Everything Dr. King did and said was based on the United States Constitution and God's Word, the Bible. If it wasn't in one of those, it wasn't Dr. King. And he moved us to learning to love one another. He moved us in 1964, after years of working, to pass the Civil Rights Bill so that any person could check in, move in, eat, wherever your money would allow you to do so. That's what he gave you in 64. Did he stop there? No. Went right back to work to make sure that all Americans had the right to the power source, and that was the right to vote. And praise God, thank you for the soldier you sent us, to the one who led us to this day. And I do mean to this day, because you're about to lose it if you don't open up your mouth. He has already gotten rid of mail-in ballots. You can't vote by mail because he said so. Come on, brothers and sisters. Come here today. Network with one another and get up from here, going back into your respective homes and communities to be a catalyst for change. A catalyst for change. Teach your children. Have them to learn to respect you, and they will automatically respect others. Others. That's just mandatory. We've got to get our nation back. We have got to help them to understand that if we don't do it, tell me, if we don't do it, excuse me, young people, who the hell will? No, Martin is not about to get up and come running back and say, well, I thought I showed y'all the first time. And if he did, most of us would be running. All the things you ask. You'll know someday. But you got to learn to live in a more patient way. You got to hold on to God's unchanging hands. You've got to learn to pray and pray for this nation as the only being who can make a difference. You need to ask God to once again deliver us from this spirit of retribution and discrimination. Don't let him have to die again for us to do what deep in our hearts we know that's what we need to do. And so, brothers and sisters, I am so very honored to have been selected to come here today. And I am thrilled about the attendance at this event. And I will be looking, listening, and I got to tell you this. I sat beside, I think it's Gettys. This brother knew every word to our anthem. Every word. And if it means something to him, not only do you need to learn it, teach the children. Teach the children. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so very much for allowing me to share Dr. King's birthday with you. I want you to know that if Dr. King were alive, born January 15, 29, he would be 97 years old as we speak. 97. Did he see 40? Nope. But you're here. Pick up. You know the dream. You know what and where he was leading us. You, each and every one of God's creations in this room, I will be looking and listening to see how Rock Hill, South Carolina, becomes the model of what all America should be about, loving and taking care of each other in honor of our slain leader, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Thank you, Dr. Glover. What a word. That's a word for us all. Midnight. Midnight. Nehemiah 18 said, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And this is what she preferenced her speech on. living the dream about Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. Glover, on behalf of the Community Relations Council, our mayor, all of the members and the friends of Rock Hill, South Carolina, we would like to present you with this small token and just to say thank you and we love you.
All right, we will take a quick break here and get back to that interfaith breakfast in Rock Hill in just 2 minutes. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Right now at 9:29 here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Jane Monreal. Hopefully you are enjoying your Martin Luther King Jr. Day, regardless if you have to work or not. We thank you for joining us every morning, Monday to Friday, 9 to 11 for this edition of the Live Impact News. We are bringing you the live local feed right now of an interfaith prayer breakfast to honor the King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. from First Baptist Church in Rock Hill. Let's continue to listen in on Live Impact News.
Let
Us be a shining hill that guides us through the darkness.
For in Rock Hill, we have learned to build bridges through a complex tapestry of textiles and tenacity.
In Rock Hill, we have learned to do more than dream dreams.
We knock down walls of injustice with our ancestors' sit-ins and freedom rides, building bridges of solidarity and unity.
We color the world with messages that will live for miles and miles.
In Rock Hill,
We carry the torch forward like a lighthouse floating in a reservoir, where humanity guides us to the brightest truth.
In Rock Hill, we courageously stand like the mighty Civitas, inspired and energized by the hands and feet of our freedom fighters.
Not hands separated by the disunion, but by greatness that stands true only through paired hands.
For in Rock Hill, we carry out the creed of Dr. King.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. For in Rock Hill, we carry a torch for justice,
that ever burns where the light is
always on.
receive my worship, all of my worship. Here is my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. Say you, Lord, yeah. And no one for all the things you've done, yeah. And no one, no. Here's my worship, all of my receive my yes, all of my here's my worship, Jesus. Say all of my receive my yes, all of mine. Oh, say here is my worship. Say all of mine. Receive my worship, Lord. I lift my hands to you. Lift my hands to you, Lord. Fill up, Lord. Come to you as I am, Jesus. Say all of mine. Here's my worship, Jesus. I come to you. As I am. Tired as I am. Receive my worship, receive my worship, say here's my worship, say all of mine, say here's my worship, Jesus. Is anybody glad about it? Did he woke you up this morning? Did he heal your body? Did he save your soul? Here's my worship, say all of mine. Say here's my worship, Jesus. Say all of mine. And I will not be silent, and I will always worship you. As long as I am breathing, yes I am. I will worship you, and I will not be silent. No, I won't.
Many commemoration ceremonies taking place today around the country, certainly the one in Rock Hill happening right now, First Baptist Church. We'll get back to that after a 2-minute break here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. All right, time right now is 9:40 here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Relatively uneventful as it is a holiday, of course, MLK Jr. Day, and a lot of organizations and groups are celebrating and commemorating the civil rights leader. Let's go back to First Baptist Church in Rock Hill, honoring the King on Live Impact News.
Always worship you. Are you breathing? Yes. Are you breathing? Amen. Then you're going to worship him. Amen. Thank you, MLK Choir. At this time, we will have the Dreamkeeper Awards presented by Mr. Matt Ayers, followed by the MLK Student Essay Awards by Ms. Cynthia Ware, Ms. Summersby Oki. And we will have remarks by Ms. Shekinah Miller and Ms. Kiera Barber in that order, and then benediction by Pastor Darrell Cunningham.
Thank you, Reggie. And I will also always worship him. Yes. In August of 1963, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King delivered one of the most powerful, historic, and memorable speeches ever spoken in the English language. That's the namesake for our award here today, one of the most hallowed awards that the city of Rock Hill bestows upon one of its citizens, our Dreamkeeper Award. At this point, I'd like all past recipients of the Dreamkeeper Award to please stand and be recognized. Now, Dr. King's speech on that sweltering August day, it was a prepared speech. It was originally about 9 paragraphs long, that he had a few inserts and excerpts, and he'd been given portions of that speech along his public speaking trail throughout the country up to that point. Several of Dr. King's supporters surrounded him on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and when he got about 2 paragraphs in, some of the folks behind him said this started to sound familiar, and a melodious alto voice from back behind him shouted, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." Well, that voice was from none other than world-renowned gospel recording artist Mahalia Jackson. What she was trying to say was, hurry up and get to the good part, which is probably what a lot of you are thinking right now. So when Dr. King heard Mahalia Jackson's words, he set his speech to the left, he gripped the podium, and out of his mouth came the words that God laid on his heart in that historic speech that we know today. Well, this year's Dreamkeeper recipient, this individual not only lives the dream and serves as an example of it every day, just like Dr. King wanted this individual to, but this person's also He tells about the dream, just like Mahalia Jackson wanted Dr. King to do back in 1963. So without any further ado, this year's recipient of the Dreamkeeper Award is a lifelong resident of Rock Hill. This distinguished community leader and philanthropist has dedicated decades to youth development, social equity, and civic engagement. As president of the Rock Hill Juneteenth Board, he promotes African American history and culture while fostering unity and education throughout the community. Professionally, he serves as philanthropic client manager at Bank of America, leveraging over 30 years of experience to support local initiatives and create opportunities for students through internships and career pathways. He serves on numerous boards and committees, including Right Moves for Youth, Clinton College Community Development, the Rock Hill School District Mentoring Matters Advisory Board, the Fellas, and the Black Economic Leadership League, or BEL, and he helps towards awarding scholarships, mentoring students, strengthening educational and professional opportunities across Rock Hill and our community. His leadership and service have been recognized with multiple awards, including the Come See Me Community Service Merit Award, Fellow of the Year, Kappa Achievement Award, and honors for promoting diversity and volunteerism. Active in his church, devoted to his family, and a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, he embodies the principles of service, empowerment, and social responsibility, making a lasting impact on Rock Hill and its citizens. He is a great influence and mentor to all, and a great example we should live by. And this year's 2026 City of Rock Hill Dreamkeeper Award recipient, Stacey Anderson. Keep clapping. Come on, don't stop. Either way.
How can I say thanks?
All right now.
For the things that you've done, things so undeserved, but yet you still prove your love. The voices of a million angels could not express my gratitude.
That's right.
All that I am, that I hope for, I owe it all to you. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things He did. All I know. That's all I know. To God be the glory. So much I can say. Man. I'm absolutely grateful. Folks will tell you at Bank of America they're tired of me talking about Rock Hill. I talk about Rock Hill day in and day out, making sure they know that this city has a light and it's shining bright down here. And we need just as much as Charlotte does. And I know the money is there because I get to see the numbers every now and then. So y'all pray my strength in that as I go in those conference rooms fighting for Rock Hill. CRC, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's do what we're gonna do because I don't know what to say. I'm good, thank y'all. Thank you, I'm good.
Good morning, Rock Hill. It is always my pleasure to get up here with the student essays. Each year, the Community Relations Council sponsors a Dr. Martin Luther King Youth Essay Writing Competition, and every year our youth show up for the occasion and show out. This year is no exception. Our 2026 theme is From Dream to Duty, carrying the torch forward by building bridges, not walls. The essay writers were asked to write from either of two prompts, From Dream to Duty or Building Bridges, Not Walls, centered around the theme. They would be judged on originality, creativity, relevancy to the theme, effective expression, and grammar. Essays had to be between 400 to 600 words without illustrations, images, or photographs. First place award is $1,000. Second place award is $500. And third place award is $250. And we thank Omega Psi Phi for their sponsorship. This year's first place winner is Eva Moore, a senior of Northwestern High School, where Mr. Michael Abraham is the principal. She has a GPA of 4.255 and a SAT score of 1170. She is a member of the Trojan Council and current senior class representative to the Northwestern High School Beta Club. She attended the Howard University Summer Enrichment Program for Music Business in 2025. She holds lifeguard certification from the American Red Cross and won first place in the 2025 Dr. Dewey Duckett Talent Hunt. She is a youth volunteer with various organizations such as Pilgrims Inn, Adopt a Highway, and Come See Me. She even finds the time to be a student athlete, troubadour, and
at 9:54, we'll get back to
photographer.
that service taking place at First Baptist Church in Rock Hill for the holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. First, we'll take a 2-minute break and bring in some special guests to talk about another very exciting nonprofit coming to Charlotte in just about 2 minutes. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. We're coming up on 10 o'clock on this Monday morning, 9:57 to be exact. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. And this morning, I want to talk about a nonprofit dedicated transforming the foster care experience for children to expand now in Mecklenburg County. They're called Isaiah 117, and the group provides a safe, home-like environment for children who need this kind of time, critical time. Robin and Bo Leonard joining us now to discuss the upcoming kickoff event. Congratulations, you two. And thanks for coming in on this holiday.
You're welcome.
Robin, yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about Isaiah 117 House. What is its mission, and why is this service so needed in our community?
Its mission is to lavishly love children on the most traumatic day, which is removal day. So there's been a hard situation at home. The county has determined that they do need to come into foster care, and they need a place to go. And so oftentimes in our county, they're going to the DSS office and waiting. And that placement waiting could be 30 minutes, and it could be 2 or 3 days. And so it's a place that they can come and just be lavishly loved on and taken care of on this day to make it less traumatic. It also is providing a place for the social worker who has this traumatic job to just have a place to take a minute, to take a breath, to have a coffee, and have a little spot that they can call and call up for the placements to get. And also to make the foster family, just a little bit easier. They're setting the foster family up with any needs they have, whether it's a car seat or clothes for the week or clean pajamas or whatever it is. And so it's just, that's the 3 sides of it, and it's just preparing for that.
Wow. I mean, we assume, many of us who don't know so much about the foster care system, that they just go, when they are removed, they go right into the foster care's home, but that is not the case. So
Right.
what has, Mecklenburg County been doing about it without you guys here?
They're doing the best that they can, and sometimes that means the placements are they're waiting in the office. And probably 2 or 3 years ago, do you want to tell about what happened with?
They put out a call to all the licensed foster families, which we were at the time, and they had a teenage girl that had been in the office for nearly a week. So she had, eating out of a vending machine. There's not, proper bathroom facilities and things like that. So they were looking for a place just to, give her a chance to take a shower and just, get out of the office. So we were able to do that 2 days in a row, and she came to our home. She was a terrific young lady, played with our children very mannerly, and it was a very pleasant experience. But it just gave her a break to get out of the office and just take a shower. But sadly, most nights of the year, there's at least one child sleeping in the office overnight.
Oh, wow. And so you have been trying to bring an Isaiah 117 house to the Charlotte area. You're in Matthews. How long has that taken? What was that process like?
We applied about 2.5 years ago, and for the Isaiah 117 to get on board, you have to have a yes from the county. And in the beginning, there was some kind of hands-off, like not wanting that, but we've seen a shift in the county and just an open arm with them right now, and they're just very excited for us to come. They're all on board, and we just can't wait to bring it. So it's been a long process,
Yes.
but we're ready to kick in. And I know how much I love Charlotte, and I feel like we'll be a county that this doesn't take long to come to fruition, which is great.
Right. I mean, it sounds like we definitely have the need for something like that, because the other one in North Carolina is all the way out in Johnston County.
Yes, they're in Johnston County. They actually will have their ribbon cutting in 2 weeks, and so there'll be an open home, which is super exciting. They'll be the first county in North Carolina to have a home, and they got to go through a lot of the red tape that we won't have to go through, because they've paved the way for North Carolina to have the home, so which is great.
Wow. Okay. So tell us about Isaiah 117 then. It's a pretty big group. I mean, how many locations are there?
They have 60 locations right now, and within that 60 locations, there's 38 open homes. So the other ones are homes that have kicked off, and they're in the process of getting their house.
Okay, very good. You have a kickoff event coming up February 1st. Talk to us about that.
Can you tell about that?
We will be meeting with potential volunteers, donors, so forth. The founder of the organization will be there to tell the backstory of how they got here, how they got to have homes across 13 states, and continue to grow. And the purpose is just to introduce the project to the community, explain what the house is for and how it operates, and just hopefully get some engagement and some people just to come on board and help us out.
Yeah, you said 13 other states right now?
Yes.
Looking at what they're doing and getting prepared for the House, the chapter here, what lessons and valuable principles that are you taking away from there that people can look forward to?
The amazing thing about the Isaiah 117 House is they have a plan and a purpose for every single step. And so it's like they've given you this wonderful blueprint and they're walking you through each step. And they have taken all that knowledge of all the other states that they've done, but they're just leading us so well that there's really not a question. It's like, this is what you do on day 1, this is what you do on day 2. And it's like, well, what about? And they always are just like, just wait, you'll get your answer when you need it. I'm a professional organizer, and so sometimes I'm like, wait, I need to know the whole plan right this second, and that's not
So you're in good hands.
We're in such good hands, and we just have seen the model work so many times, and that takes so much of the pressure off of us.
What would you say are your immediate needs establishing this location?
I would say the immediate needs is awareness. It's very important for the next 6 months for us to be in an awareness state of mind for the Isaiah 117 House. And that's just if someone comes to the kickoff and they're a part of a civic group and they want us to come and do a talk, or maybe their small group would like us to come, or a church place, just any place in the community that we can get out and tell about it, because the money is important, but it will come. It's the volunteers. It'll take just a huge base of volunteers to run the house and to be able to lavishly love all the children that come in. And so I would say just awareness in the next 6 months is so important.
All right, so how can community members get involved in signing up, whether it's volunteering or making donations or other partnerships?
The first, you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook. We're just the Isaiah 117 House, Mecklenburg County, and then come to the kickoff and hear more. And then we'll do expansion meetings once a month. Our first one is the first week of March, and we'll just do those once a month. And in those meetings, everybody will kind of find their spot, find their committee that they want to be on, find their volunteer position they want to be on, and so that will be a great place of engagement.
If a family is interested in fostering, considering fostering, how does Isaiah 117 then fit into this broader foster care system?
So for us, we're not part of the licensing. If someone wanted to become a foster family, they would contact the county.
Okay.
The way that we fit in with the broader picture is that we are equipping foster families who need help. You know, if they need different things, a crib bed or a mattress or a bunk bed or whatever that they need, we will help equip them with that. But we're kind of the piece of the day that it starts, the day that removal starts. And we're part of that first 72 hours. And I think that's just a really impactful, in our own foster care story, I think it would have made a huge difference.
Right, absolutely.
In our own experience as foster parents, when we were licensed and got placements and went through all that process, there are some very good organizations in Charlotte that are doing that work. And, we're not here to, try and do what someone else is doing. We don't need to repeat services. We're trying to do something that's a little bit different. No one else is doing this exact thing. The foster care world is very large, has a lot of problems and a lot of issues that are just inherent to dealing with young children and broken families and just the whole bureaucracy and so forth. So there are people who are doing those other things and do terrific jobs, and they've helped us. And so we're not trying to step on those toes. We're just taking a little bit different place in the sandbox where a need's not being met.
Right. I mean, and the impact that you provide, like I said, never knew that it was a space that needed to be covered and so crucial for kids. Yeah.
Protecting children in foster care, which is so important. But in doing that, we often don't know the stories that are in foster care. And for us, it wasn't until a friend became a foster parent, and I was like, well, that's in East Tennessee. There's probably not a need in Charlotte. We're a big city. And then you start digging into it, and it's like, no, there's a huge need. There's a huge need for foster families. There's a huge need for children in foster care. And so it's exciting to be a part of it. It's an organization that, everybody wishes didn't have to exist and didn't wish this was a problem, but it is, and we're just thankful to be a part of it.
Wow. What do you hope for a long-term impact for Isaiah 117 in Mecklenburg County?
My hope and prayer would be that no child ever went to the office, and whether that was for a short visit or a long visit, that every child who came into foster care would first make a stop at this home that is going to roll out the red carpet, like going to your grandmother's house and cookies are in the oven and your favorite toys waiting on you and a brand new pair of pajamas. And that's my hope, to just take that trauma away, not take it away, but lessen it and provide this good experience on removal day is my hope for our city. I hope that our social workers feel loved on through this. You know, there's a huge turnover in DSS work, as it should be. It's such a traumatic spot to be in. And so my second would be that they just feel loved, that we see a trend of a change in that, because they do feel like there's these people who are investing in them. And then for the foster families, I hope that when they take a placement, that they feel that same love that the kids have felt, and that they feel equipped and ready to start this journey and know that they have somebody praying for cheering them on, and just, so that's my 3 big hopes for Mecklenburg County.
Love it. Anything else you want us to know about this?
We would love for you to come to the kickoff. It's February 1st. I'm sure you'll post all that at 3 o'clock.
February 1st, absolutely.
At the New Cities Matthews campus, and it's just going to be a great time to bring awareness, to celebrate that we're bringing it here, and to just hear from Rhonda, who is an incredible speaker and will just stir your heart to see the bigger picture of this and know how important it is for our city.
Very good. Bo?
I think not only awareness for our organization, but awareness of what goes on in the system. There are children that have been in Isaiah houses who receive clothes that are new and have tags on them, and they've never had clothes with tags on them. There are kids in our city who come into the system, and this is not unusual at all, that when the social worker shows up at their home to remove them, they're grabbing a trash bag or a grocery bag or something, and that child is coming into care with 4 or 5 items. And they may not be, their favorite toy or favorite t-shirt or whatever. So when they come to the Isaiah house and they're in that position where they have almost nothing with them, they've just lost their family, they've just been placed in this home with people they don't know, never met, and it's just an opportunity to try and soothe that pain, and it's just not something that most people experience or are aware of, and it's just a chance to get involved and help those children that really, they haven't done anything wrong. They're victims of something else.
Yeah.
And, the vast majority, over 90% of children in foster care are in due to neglect, not abuse. And to have been neglected, that's really difficult emotionally, spiritually. So it's a chance to just begin to love on them and heal that, and like Robin said, set up the foster family for success.
In so many ways, isn't it heartbreaking to see children so young and having lived already a couple of lives in their youth, and to provide that gap and, like you said, love on them? It's a calling, wouldn't you say? Do you find it challenging emotionally, personally?
I definitely think it's a calling. I definitely think that we were called to this ministry. I felt like I was being called to have an open home to all 100 kids that came through my door, and God was writing a different story, and we actually just had 3 placements and adopted 2. So we didn't do what I thought, but I realized that now that this is the calling. This is the 100 kids that I felt called to. This is the open door. This is the red door that will welcome all the kids that come into care. And so I'm thankful for the calling, and I'm thankful that we were foster parents for 6 years, and we do know what those first days look like, those first hours look like, and that I think that's why I feel so passionate about making it look better for others.
Okay, Robin and Bo Leonard, thank you for coming in, introducing us to Isaiah 117 House. Important work you're doing, and your compassion obviously shows.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. February 1st is their kickoff event. What church in Matthews again?
New City Matthews.
New City Matthews. For more information, you have a Instagram
Yes,
and a Facebook. And you can always go to the website as well.
absolutely.
All right. We'll be right back on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Back here now at 10:14 on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. It is a holiday for many of you at home, federal workers, of course, and kids for school. So if you are celebrating, commemorating Martin Luther King Jr. Day, there are a number of services, parades, events, breakfasts. One happening right now in Rock Hill. This is the Interfaith Breakfast that's underway. It might be wrapping up, but let's go ahead and listen in on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. All right, that is one that is wrapping up then in Rock Hill. Earlier this morning, our Richard Devane was previewing another event that's happening in Charlotte. Let's go to this earlier package that he recorded on Live Impact News.
This whole event is about to start now, and we're getting people in place. We're getting those folks who are used to shaking hands. You let them go away. Good morning to you, Autumn. Good morning, Lisa. Good Monday morning, everyone. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'm going to start out with Lisa right here. I don't know how on MLK Day we got a Delta and a Q, but we're going to start. It's all unity. It's all unity.
All
Lisa
together.
Crawford,
Yes.
just what does this event mean for us?
It means everything. I mean, this is the day we remember. This time more than any, we need to remember Dr. Martin Luther King's mission. And this group, this gathering, reignites us in the fight. And I think that's important.
And just to see so many faces out here.
So many faces, so many friends, so many connections maybe you haven't seen, but this is the event, you will see everybody.
And I'm not going to say smudgy. Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah, you gotta say smudgy.
He going to tell me to say it.
You gotta say smudgy.
He was getting in place, but you let a politician walk away, or a popular Q, we'll say that.
There you go.
Walk
Thank
away,
you, sir.
it's hard for them to come back. Stay over here, Lisa. We're still together
come on,
here.
my Delta love.
Just talk about just seeing this event today.
Well, I think it's amazing for the city of Charlotte, and as Lisa mentions about us coming together, showing unity. But let's remember, it's a day on, not a day off. So I encourage people, let's do some community service in the city of Charlotte. Let's make sure all D9 will pay respect to Dr. King, who paid the way for us all.
And just this event, 32 years, you've seen it grow. You both have seen it grow over the years. Look at it.
But it's amazing. This is Charlotte, right? This is what we do when we come together. This is what we do when we have a cause. And Dr. King and the Civil Rights Movement is a cause worth having.
And we just thank you both for taking a few moments. I know you're trying to get back to the food. food and to the event. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I love to eat.
He loves to eat. Thank you so much, Lisa. Love you so much. And Lisa Crawford also represents Mothers of Murdered Offsprings, a very worthwhile organization. And just the fact that this thing has been going on for this event 32 years, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout the years. This year expected to raise about $200,000. That'll actually go toward a lot of the programs of the YMCA to better help the community, especially the communities now that are needing that money even more so. Seniors who are being isolated, youth programs and things like that. Just the worthwhile efforts of the YMCA here in the greater Charlotte area, coming together, enjoying what this event is all about. We'll have much more throughout the day, but I want to get quiet because they're about to really start this program as you hear the music starting to fade down. So guys, ladies, we will send it back to you.
All right, Richard, thanks for that. 32 years.
And we'll take it back out here live in the Live Impact studio on WCNC Plus, a picture of the last time that Martin Luther King Jr. was in the Queen City, a picture that was captured of the civil rights leader back in 1963. So he made a stop or two occasionally here in Charlotte. His legacy continues right now. All right, back out here at 10:18. I'm Jane Monreal. A holiday today, so not too much happening in the way of court trials or live feeds, no Senate sessions or anything like that. But it is the holiday, and like the commissioner said, it's a day on, not a day off. Levine Children's Center is making... Oh, my bad. Levine Museum of the New South. They do so much work here in the Charlotte area, but this is the Museum of the New South. Oh, wow. They're doing a whole week of events commemorating the civil rights leader. And our Nick Sturdivant spoke to organizers last week to preview this week. Let's go ahead and recap that for you now here, previously recorded on WCNC Plus.
Next week is MLK Day, next Monday. It's hard to sort of describe what MLK Day means to me, especially the Black community. Sure. What it means to us. I wake up every morning. There's a picture of there's a framed picture of MLK. I've read books on MLK. It's a very inspirational person in my life. I've heard my grandparents talk about Martin Luther King Jr., what he meant. And so I kind of nerd out about MLK. And one of the great things, if you want to learn more about MLK, about the civil rights movement, about our history, American history, I encourage you to head over to Levine Museum because they're doing a series of programs starting actually tomorrow. And really fascinating stuff. I want to dig into it now. We have Dr. Val Brown, Chief Education and Strategic Partnership Officer at the Levine Museum of the New South. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Brown.
Thank you for having me.
I got to start with that question. What does Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. mean to you?
Yeah, so I was smiling at your nerding out about Dr. Martin Luther King, and I spent some years, this probably started in 2016, I was like, I want to read everything he's ever written. I haven't gotten through everything, but I will tell you the text that means the most to me right now at this point in my life, and has for a couple of years, is where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. And there's a part in the text that talks about persevering togetherness and how we have to persevere together in order to get that racial understanding that we're trying to create. It's not something that we can find. Mm-hmm. And so that stuck with me throughout my dissertation work, throughout my life, and I understand that type of perseverance is something that we are being asked to embody now, in this moment.
I think he's a misunderstood man. I think he's more complex than
absolutely
what we give him credit for. He's kind of in a way become, and I'll hopefully we are able to do more as a society, more of his, read more of his work, but he's become more of like a Santa Claus character. And I hate that because I'm like, he's much more complex than that. I just finished reading a couple of months ago, and I may be butchering this man's name, Bonhoeffer, MLK, and sort of how they relate. He was a theologian from Germany, and MLK. I recommend you guys read that book. But yeah, he's just such a complex figure. I just want to throw that out there. It wasn't really a question.
No, I think it's fair, and I think one thing that we have to remember, especially as we are talking about him in our upcoming events, specifically leading into that, is that he did not become MLK because life was good, all right?
Yeah.
He became who he was because he was constantly faced with the oppression of our people, of our country, and decided he was going to do something about it. And so oftentimes we talk about him in isolation, like you said, like Santa Claus, without naming many of the systematic oppressive realities that he faced and others faced at that time.
And made a lot of sacrifices because growing up he had sort of more of a comfortable life. He went to, his father being this esteemed pastor, went to school at Morehouse, went to Boston. I mean, he had a path where he could have a cushy life, but decided to, I want to help people. I want to help my people.
I think that's a choice that we're all faced with, and that's really, again, not necessarily to move outside of who we are. We aren't all asked to become Martin Luther King. Right? We're just asked to show up in the best way we can to continue our work in this marathon, is what I like to call it.
I kind of went off on a tangent there because we were talking about MLK Day.
I appreciate it.
But y'all are doing some really great programming. I want to start in order because I have a list here.
Okay.
And I told you I wasn't going to nail you down with some hard questions. But no, let's Selma.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. So tomorrow there is a community discussion and special screening of the movie Selma.
Right.
That movie is that movie 10 years old now?
It might be 10 years old now.
Are we that old now?
You can speak for yourself.
Are you that young? Are you that young? Am I that old? 2015, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Talk about that. Why was that important to have that community discussion and the screening?
So first I want to thank our partners and friends at the Carolina Theater for helping us make this possible for our community. And so one thing that I mentioned early is that oftentimes because of the way we lionize Dr. King, we forget that there were many people who were standing with him and kind of made the road possible for this change to happen. And so an opportunity to bring our community together, some who have never seen the movie, some who have seen the movie before, to come back and revisit this moment, to not forget the history and the work that it took to get us to a certain place, I think felt like an important reminder right now. It's easy to get complacent and to feel like, hey, I've done the work and there's nothing else that I should do to continue to work. But our job is to continue to work, right? We can't get complacent. And so having both the screening, and I don't know if you remember how you felt when you first saw it, but it was an incredibly moving film for me, one that wasn't forgettable.
Same. I didn't have, I was kind of bracing. I was like, I don't know what this is going to be. And I was like, oh, wow, this is a really great movie.
So powerful. And one thing that I wish I had in the moment that I'm happy that we're able to provide as a museum is an opportunity to be in conversation with others about what I'm seeing, right? Typically that is a personal experience, maybe with your family, maybe with a couple of friends who have also seen the movie. But to be able to be in community and conversation with people from around Charlotte who care about the very same things and want to know how I can make an immediate impact in our community feels like an opportunity that we don't want to miss. And so thankfully people are coming to see the film, right? It's hard to get a movie ticket these days, right? It's hard to be moved to go to the movies, but people are buying tickets to the movie. But I think they're also buying tickets to the experience of being in the room with others who care about the very same things and want to take some action around how to make our community the best one we possibly can.
Because to your point, every time we see a new movie, we always are excited about, I got to talk to Carlene about this movie. movie.
Yeah.
Carlene, I got to tell you about this movie. Dr. Brown, I got to talk to you about this movie.
Yeah.
That's a great experience where you can watch that movie again, a movie that's been out for over 10 years, and then turn around and be like, you know what, I just saw.
It's 2014.
2014.
2014.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
been
Almost
12
going on 12
yeah.
years.
Well, just think about it. I have a 17 and a 15-year-old. They haven't seen the movie in like that context. So even bringing young people who are close to voting, they
Yeah.
know some of the actors in the movie, but they haven't had the experience of seeing that film. And so about 80%, and we want to continue to push on this, but about 80% of the population gets their histories from movies, right?
Yeah.
For better or worse, right? But if as a history museum we can help usher in that conversation, I think that continues the learning, gets people interested, ask more questions. That's the goal.
So you have that, and I want to move forward a little bit.
Yeah.
January 19th, MLK Day.
Yeah.
MLK Family Day.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil. I see everything on here, but what can folks expect from MLK Family Day? Because this sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so a free, lively experience.
And a learning experience,
and
too.
a learning
Yeah.
experience, that's right. A free, lively, and a service experience, I'm going to say. But a free, lively experience where young people can engage in activities around MLK. We actually have our friends from Love in Action there, so everyone who shows up have an opportunity to serve. Love in Action is an organization. They create greeting cards for those in elder care that you can give so they can battle loneliness. And so we wanted to provide an opportunity for learning, for fun, for service, all in one place, for free. Check us out. We would love to have y'all there. Yeah.
And what is that like to see? I mean, folks, it's like a tradition. Like you got to do service on MLK Day. Like there's the breakfast. Growing up, it was the MLK breakfast, and then we got to serve our community.
Yeah, we don't want to miss that part. And if we can teach young people early that there are things that they can do to serve. Again, imagine an elder that you love getting a handwritten card from a little 4-year-old who's trying to figure out how to write their letters. It's the sweetest thing ever, right? And so they get that boost of knowing that they can serve their community right away, and we want that to grow in them, to sprout.
Before I let you go,
yeah.
Do you feel that the Levine Museum has a responsibility to tell our history and to inform folk with the level of accuracy?
Absolutely.
That we're probably not seeing, because as you mentioned, movies is how, I probably talked to my nephew, he probably will reference a movie as far as history, but social media. I mean, so many people are on social media. I'm on TikTok so much. I'm on TikTok more than I'm actually watching shows and TV and podcasts. But I say all that to say, do you feel that level of responsibility?
Oh, yes. And I think that we should feel a responsibility to tell the truth and to tell it in a nuanced way. So as you opened up, right, we have most times one perspective, a limited view of a human who is doing some good work. And I think that perspective keeps us from feeling like we can also do good in the world, right? I am flawed, I'm not as moral as Dr. King, but that's not true. He was a human. He was a human who continued to take the steps. And so if we continue to tell that story, the truth that history is nuanced, complicated, it's messy, there's things that we're not going to be proud of, and there's things that we're very proud of. If we can hold space for all of those, then I think people can walk into that knowing that they are also history makers.
Oh, Val Brown, Dr. Val Brown, Chief Education Strategic Partnership Officer at the Levine Museum of the New South here in studio. Thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by. She is this is her second time here on Live Impact News. So we have to bring you back for the third time because you have awesome programming for Black History Month.
That's right.
So you will be, she'll be back.
Don't forget me.
Did she? Okay. All right. And make sure you check out the Levine Museum, the program they have coming up for MLK Day. Also, what they just have moving forward. There are a lot of awesome things going on there. Thank you again for stopping by.
Hello. Time is 10:31 here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Let's bring you a little bit of breaking news. This is
And
for
with the new year
that's me. This is the camera on I-77 near 485. It doesn't look too bad, but the left side of the roadway is the northbound side of the 77. As you transition to 485, you're going to run into delays because of this. It is a crash reported on 485 outer side. This is the 2 right lanes. 2 of 4 lanes are closed, and this is about 1 mile before exit 65. So that is right around South Boulevard. You can see that solid red. It is jammed solid up to 77, and you'll find again delays making that transition from North 77 connector to 485, and then it looks like you'll find some surface street slowing as well. Not too bad on the spectator side of 485, but something to keep in mind. Hopefully they will reopen lanes from, well, it started around 10 o'clock. That's when the crash happened, and they hope to reopen lanes completely by 1 o'clock. We'll keep tabs on that here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. For now, we're going to take a quick break on Live Impact News. See you in 2 minutes. Time right now is 10:34 on this Monday morning, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a holiday for most. We are catching you up right now with an update on a crash on 485. This is the outer loop on the southbound side of 485 from 77. You can see it is jammed. The crash is near South Boulevard, with the right 2 lanes taken away until they're estimating 12:56. So a couple more hours on the cleanup with the multi-car crash, and you can see that speeds are going to drop well below 10, 15 miles an hour. Bumper to bumper stop and go from before 77. The transition flyover from North 77 to 485 outer is also completely jammed, and you'll also find some delays getting onto 485, as you can see there. So if your travels take you perhaps South Charlotte, Ballantyne, Pineville, that is your drive that is affected on 485 southbound side or outer loop side before South Boulevard. All right, so we'll keep you posted on that. In the meantime, I want to turn now to international news, because President Trump warning Europe that he no longer feels, quote, the obligation to think purely of peace, talking about his intentions with Greenland, and some linking the snub to his failure to win a Nobel Peace Prize. Alice Barr in Washington with the latest from NBC News.
This morning, the world responding to President Trump's escalating pressure campaign to take control of Greenland, where protesters took to the streets.
I think he can scare people. He can't scare Greenlanders.
While European allies push back against the president's announcement of a new 10% tariff on goods from Denmark and 7 other countries, ramping up to 25% by June, until the Danes agree to sell their territory of Greenland to the U.S. European ambassadors holding an emergency meeting in Brussels, saying the tariff threats risk a dangerous downward spiral in relations, while the Danish prime minister said, quote, Europe will not be blackmailed. President Trump is adamant the U.S. needs to own Greenland for national security.
If we don't have it, we have a big hole in national security, especially when it comes to what we're doing in terms of the Golden Dome.
A reference there to the missile defense system the president wants to build to guard against any air attacks. Critics noting the U.S. already has a military base in Greenland.
Denmark and Greenland have both said to the United States, you can take what measures you need to protect the security of the United States and, of course, the NATO alliance.
Instead, calling the push a land grab for Greenland's critical minerals. The Treasury Secretary rejects that.
He's looking beyond this year, he's looking beyond next year to what could happen for a battle in the Arctic. We are not going to outsource our national security.
A high-stakes back and forth sending tensions rising with American allies.
For our 1 billion citizens.
In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we'll be right back on Live Impact News on WCNC+. At 10:40 on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus over the weekend, first female governor of the Commonwealth inaugurated, Governor Spanberger. We're going to start to play this inauguration ceremony for you now. If you missed it over the weekend, here it is on Live Impact News.
Are you prepared to take the oath of office?
I am.
Please raise your right hand. Place your left hand on the Bible held by your husband, Adam Spanberger, assisted by your daughters, Claire, Charlotte, and Catherine. Please repeat after me. I, Abigail Davis Spanberger, do solemnly swear.
I,
Abigail Davis Spanberger, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
as Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Governor.
Thank you.
I have the honor to present to the sovereign people of Virginia the new governor of the Commonwealth, Her Excellency Abigail Davis Spanberger.
Mr. Speaker, Madam President Pro Tem, Madam Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Attorney General, Justices of the Supreme Court, honored guests, to my parents, Martin and Eileen Davis, to my sisters, Hillary and Meredith, to my husband, Adam, and to my daughters, Claire, Charlotte, and Catherine, neighbors, friends, and our fellow Virginians, it is my honor to be with all of you today. An inauguration ceremony like this one, with all its tradition and pageantry, represents something profound, and in its origin, something uniquely American, the peaceful transfer of power. It is a cornerstone of our American democratic experiment, a tradition and precedent begun by a Virginian, George Washington, and carried forth every time we celebrate an election and the inauguration of new leaders who will be entrusted to govern and serve for a time. Every 4 years, Virginians have the unique responsibility of choosing those leaders as we all write the next chapter of our Commonwealth story. And today, that tradition continues. Adam and I extend our appreciation to you, Governor Youngkin, and First Lady Suzanne Youngkin, for the time you have spent with us during this transition. I thank you for your service, and we wish you and your family the best as you exit this role and begin a new chapter. And to Lieutenant Governor Earl Sears, herself a trailblazer, and Attorney General Miyares, and to those who served in the Youngkin administration, thank you for your service to the Commonwealth that we all love. To the former governors in attendance today, I am grateful that you are here. I thank you for your outreach, for your offers of support and your help, and for your continued commitment to Virginia. As I begin my service as governor, I want to thank the men and women of our armed forces, the Virginians serving overseas, and those who serve at military installations across our Commonwealth. Thank you for your defense of our freedom. I thank the members of the Virginia National Guard, those serving far from home or right here today. I thank our Commonwealth's law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders for your tireless commitment to our fellow Virginians. Thank you. 75 times in Virginia's storied history, we have witnessed this transfer from one governor to the next. 75 times a governor has taken this oath, and so many of those times it's been right here on these steps that those words have been spoken. It is the honor of my life to stand before you and take the oath today. The history and the gravity of this moment are not lost on me. I maintain an abiding sense of gratitude to those who worked generation after generation to ensure women could be among those casting ballots, but who could only dream of a day like today. I stand before those who made it possible for a woman to also participate in that peaceful transfer of power and take that oath. And it is with a profound sense of duty to all Virginians that I assume the governorship and pledge myself to work tirelessly on behalf of our Commonwealth. This year marks the 250th anniversary of two milestones in American democracy. The first is the signing of our Declaration of Independence, drafted by Thomas Jefferson, Virginia's second governor, and the man who designed the very building behind us today. And the second milestone we remember this year is the inauguration of Patrick Henry as Virginia's first governor. Governor Henry is best known for his call against tyranny at St. John's Church just up the road, words that help.
All right, we're going to take our last break for the hour here on Live Impact News on WCNC+. We'll be right back. All right, time right now, 10:51 here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. We will play a little more of the inauguration for Virginia's new governor, Spanberger, that happened over the weekend on Live Impact News.
But in his final public speech delivered in Virginia years later, in 1799, he made an appeal to his fellow citizens, warning against the divisions that were threatening our young country. His appeal remains timeless. He said, "United we stand, divided we fall. Let us not split into factions which must destroy that union upon which our existence hangs." I'll say it again, let us not split into factions which would destroy that union upon which our existence hangs. That was the challenge Governor Henry put to Virginia at the close of the 18th century, and it is the charge we must answer again today. I know that the work of perfecting our democracy has never been finished, but I am heartfelt and heartened by the fact that so much of that work has been done right here, on these very steps and across this city, where Virginia's history and America's history has so often been written. This square has been the scene of remarkable dramas of equality and justice. It's been the site of great struggles and hard-won triumphs, whose consequences have been heard across America. On these steps, Virginia's suffragists brought their cause to the General Assembly, session after session, decade after decade. And though these brave women were voted down time and time again, they refused to give up. And while the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote in 1920, it would not be until 1952 that Virginia finally ratified it. And yet, for so many women, the right to vote was not truly secured until the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. In 1960, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. addressed a crowd of more than 2,500 people here in Richmond. He implored the then governor to comply with the Brown v. the Board of Education ruling, building upon a message he had issued 1 year prior when he wrote, quote, "Today is a day for great men, great ideas, great movements." And in his urgent appeal for progress, he wrote, "As Virginia goes, so goes the South, perhaps America and the world." In 1960, following his impassioned words at the Pilgrimage of Prayer, they marched here to these steps. In the generation since Governor Henry's plea, as rights have been won and progress has been made, our Commonwealth and our country have faced hurdles, hardships, division, and bitterness. And yet along the way, what has been necessary is leaders who clearly see and willingly confront challenges. And even more importantly, what has always been essential is for people, everyday people, we Virginians, to do the same. And so it was in 1970, as our Commonwealth faced once again deep divisions, that Virginia's 61st governor didn't shy away from the challenges before him. Governor Linwood Holton stared them down, and on these steps he proclaimed, and I'm quoting, "No longer can we be divided into opposing camps of political philosophy. The time for partisan politics is over. It's time now for leadership, for action, for progress through unity." And he went on to issue a challenge. "I turn today to all Virginians, whatever their political persuasion, and say, let us act together." And just 20 years later, on these steps, Virginia inaugurated our 66th governor and our nation's first elected African-American governor. Governor L. Douglas Wilder changed what so many of our fellow citizens believed was even possible. And today, on your 95th birthday, I thank you, Governor, for being here to celebrate this Virginia tradition as we continue to write our Commonwealth story. It was by design that we are a Commonwealth. In Virginia's first Constitution, written 250 years ago, they designated us as such. Virginia, no longer a colony and not simply a state in our fledgling nation, but a Commonwealth. What's the difference? Well, kids, pay attention. Someone may ask you this eventually. There's no difference. There is no difference in how we operate or function as a state. The difference lies in the intentions of...
And that's going to do it for this edition of Live Impact News on a Monday morning. Hope you join us again for the midday, WCNC Charlotte at 11:30, and I'll be back at 4. Have a great morning.